what's the deal? Tell me how you.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Crown Confidential.
Ah, ba, ba, ba.
My girl. Hey, man.
What up, y'all?
We
What
are,
up, what up? Welcome, everybody.
yes, everybody and their mama. Oh my mama. So, we're so excited to be here with you today. It's the holiday season, and one of the things that we're going to be talking about today is sometimes it's not the most wonderful time of the year, right? So today we're going to talk to you about those stressors. I'm going to come at you from with the hat of a life coach, which is really great because it's been my passion. It's something that I love and I enjoy doing. And so today I'm going to talk to you about how we get to deal with folks during the holidays. So Ange, let's get into it. Story
Let's get
time.
into it. Story
Story
time.
time. So Ange, you're up first.
I'm up first. All right, all right, all right. So my story, it was my anniversary yesterday.
Yay! I
Yay!
love
So we had a really good
anniversaries.
time. We went on
Wait,
a
wait.
dinner
Shout out to
cruise
Jesse. We see you out here, Jesse.
around the city. So it was real cute, you know. There was a lot of elderly people there, but it was real cute. The food wasn't that great, but I really enjoyed spending time with Bay and us having our moment.
Okay, awesome. So tell us about Bay. Shout out to Jesse.
Jesse, that's my boo.
So tell us
So
about
he was real
Bay.
surprised about his gift. I got him a gift. He was real surprised about that.
What did you
He was
get
kind of
him?
silent for a couple minutes.
I see you, sis. What did you get him?
A PlayStation 4.
You out here in these streets, sis.
You know, that's what I
Okay.
do.
That's awesome. That's awesome. I'm super happy for you. How does it feel to be in a relationship? It's been a year, right? So how does it feel to be
Yeah, it's
in a
been a year.
relationship?
It's definitely it's fun. It's interesting. We complement each other. We're very similar in a lot of things, so there's really never any arguments between us.
That is true. That
We
is
have
true.
disagreements, but we work it out.
Hmm. And for you, what made this anniversary so special for you?
Because it was our first. I told him the other day, I was like, you lucky, you almost didn't make it to this.
Mm.
But I had to, like we talked about the first time we talked about relationships.
Yeah.
I had to learn to humble myself.
Hmm. That humble
So,
pie, sis. That humble pie is real.
girl,
Mm.
it's real.
Mm. So, just to cover, right? What can you share with our audience? What's the biggest thing you learned being in this relationship?
The biggest thing I learned, hmm, patience. Because,
Patience.
when you've been single for so long as I have been,
Mm.
you kind of learn to kind of do things on your own, and you're not waiting for nobody, and not you're gonna just do it. My mom always taught me if you want it done right, do it yourself.
Yes.
So I just always did it.
Mhm.
Um, but I had to learn patience and realize if I want my relationship to work, I got to put my masculine energy on a back seat
Yeah.
sometimes and let my feminine energy lead.
Got it. Got it.
You know, so it's been a fun ride, and we're looking forward to many years more.
I love it. I love it. And what makes Jesse so special?
He's just a real cool, laid back kind of dude. Like he lets me be me. He doesn't make waves.
Mm.
He goes along with my crazy plans sometimes.
I like that.
And, he checks me if I need to be checked, but most of the time, he goes along with what I need, and he makes me see reason sometimes on if my plan is kind of outrageous.
Mhm.
Like I'm the kind of person if I want it done, I say, let's take a plane ride to the moon. Like let's do it. And
Yeah.
he's like, hold on, let's set a plan. I'm like, I guess we could do that.
Yeah, I love that about him. Having met him the times that I have. He's really cool. He's really awesome. So I'm really happy for you. Congratulations.
No, thank you, thank
Happy,
you,
happy
thank you.
birthday. So
And
story.
he was really he made sure he came here on time
Mm.
from work so he could hear our story time.
Aww, I
Okay, he walks in the door as I'm talking. He's like, "Yes, I'm sitting right
story
here. Listen."
time. I love it. I love it. Well, shout out to y'all. Congratulations.
Thank you.
So yeah. I am right now. I'm at a loss as to what story time is because so much stuff has happened to me in the past week that I don't even know
Mhm.
what trajectory or what to like hit. It just feels like I don't know. It feels like we start the show, the holidays are here, and it's just like, oh my goodness, what's next? You know what I mean? So
Uh
for
huh.
me, story time this week, I think that it gets to revolve around our young ladies. So for me, story time was showing up at a time where I had a young girl um, who I've been mentoring who just had an attitude all week, and finally today she reached her breaking point and shared with me some of her trauma. And the great part about her sharing the trauma was the fact that we were able to support her in her what's next. And so for me,
Awesome.
it just, I kind of thought about the mission and the vision of the organization of HTB
Mhm.
and what direction we get to go into, leading up into 2020. Because I think that a lot of what's happened in 2019 is really the catalyst and the shift for what 2020 gets to be. And so I'm in
Exactly.
this place of like revelation after revelation. And when I tell you folks that something for me, huge and monumental and extraordinary has been happening every day. I'm just seeing more and more who's on my team, who I can rely on, and in addition, like what the impact is. Um, yeah, so that's been story time. I mean, so much stuff has happened this week that I don't even. It's so funny because we take notes, we do pre-production work, quote unquote, right? And so
Mhm.
like nothing really stands out to me other than like what's next for 2020. Like what's the vision for 2020? What's next?
Right.
I do want to share story time. I want to shout out to uh, two of my two of the people that two of the women that I have been mentoring. I'm their coach. I want to send some love to Bernadette Bernie. Um, and I just want to congratulate you on your new addition. And I also would like to send some love to Miss B. She knows who she is, Bianca of Miss B Coaching. She is awesome. I was on a panel this weekend, and it was a whole you conference. And the conference was about really ending the generational cycles, right? And so what I loved about the conference is it was packed. Some of it was like part of it was standing room only. It was, one of those things where you were looking to get a seat. But I will say that every single solitary person that was a panelist, every person that showed up, the people, the vendors, the volunteers were all supporting from a place of empowerment and love. And so,
Mhm.
shout out to a whole you conference. I'm looking forward to next year when you are in a hotel or you're in a bigger setting. They were able to sell out the event, almost turning people away. And so, I love seeing women win, right, Ange? Like that's our thing. We love
Mhm.
seeing women win.
Absolutely.
And so, to Bianca and to Bernie, you did an incredible job. Thank you for having me on this panel this weekend. And I also want to mention, folks, so we are Hey There Beautiful, and the holiday season would not be complete without a wonderful, scrumptious community dinner. And so our request is Monday, December 16th, we are having our holiday dinner at the Living Gallery,
Yes.
which is 1094 Broadway in Brooklyn. And we are looking for donations of hot food, right? We are looking for turkey and ham and roast pork and all that great stuff. So we're looking for the community to come in and support. And what that looks like is emailing us info at heytherebeautiful.org and let us know what you can contribute. We have about 30 volunteers thus far. We have a very good 30 trays of food, and we have a lot of volunteers coming down from our partner school, VCHS, Victory Collegiate in Brooklyn. And so the request is that if you're out there and you want to donate, you can. You can go to www.heytherebeautiful.org and you can definitely donate to the organization. We are looking for, again, we are looking for people who are going to contribute hot food and or monetary donations so we can go out and purchase that. Our partnership is with a local shelter. I'm not going to name names or name drop, but we are in partnership with three local shelters. They're actually, I think there are about 20 or 25 shelters in that area that I've identified. We are in partnership with three. We like to ensure that the families are fed. We feed them in, in the most caring and loving way. In addition, we also break bread and we will have a live DJ. We're going to have a really awesome time. So again, Monday, December 16th, come on down to the Living Gallery 1094 Broadway. We will be there and we're going to be having a good time with the community and with everyone else. So, Angie, anything you want to add?
Yeah, just come in, show up, show out, come support, because I know, holidays are real hard for a lot of people that don't have family there. So it's a good way to build community and really, support somebody that doesn't have an opportunity to have the things that we have. We're able to show them what the community is all about and how the community is here to support them. So just come in, bring your goodies, and really come support and volunteer.
Yeah, absolutely. And if you're single, you might meet your match, right? And if you're not single, bring the other person that you're with, right? And so, really important that we come together as a collective, as a community for the What's Next. Again, Monday, December 16th is our community feed, community dinner. And then also, shout out to Phoenix and Frida. I just want to add, we had the Purses for Purpose event, and we just want to shout them out, like give them all the horns in the universe. We got to get these horns, right? um, and so I just want to thank Phoenix and Frida for the love and the energy at their event. We were able to collect over 250 purses that are filled with toiletries. So we're going to be giving that out also on Monday. And so we would really like for Monday to be a movement of love, a movement of support, abundance, trust. And so if you have anything to donate, we are open to, again, food, water, desserts, anything that will nourish the community and the shelters. And we're going to be giving away purses as well. If you do have toys, we will collect them as well that day. So definitely contact us, info at heytherebeautiful.org. Super exciting. So we're going to take a quick break, and we're going to get into a really dope mix right now. Jay, we have a capability? We're going to get a quick mix in, and then and then when yeah, I just want to make sure that we're all on the up and up, right? Right? Let me know if we're on the up and up. Got it. So you know what? We'll wait. We'll wait for him to come back. And what we can do, we can head right into current events.
Yes.
So
Let's do that. Let's go into our current events.
Yeah, we'll head right into current events, right? And we'll wait to take this extended break. All right. So, Ange, let's do it. Let's head right into current events. So, what's the first thing you got up?
So let's, give condolences to the family, our dear family at Sesame Street. The puppeteer behind Big Bird and Oscar the Grouch has passed away at 85. His name was Carl Spinney. He's been living with dystonia, which causes involuntary muscle contractions, for years. Now, this was like the original Big Bird. He came up with Sesame Street when it first started. So he's been hanging in there for a long time with them. He retired in 2018, but his apprentice, Matt Vogel, has been taking charge of Big Bird for the past 5 years, and then we have Eric Jacobson, who's taken the role of Oscar. So those characters will still remain on Sesame Street, but the loving man who was behind the characters has passed away at 85. So rest in peace, and prayers to his family and friends in Sesame Street as they go through their troubling times right now.
It's so sad because, as a child, you think that everyone's going to live forever, and including yourself. I think I'm going to live forever. Sesame Street's going to be on forever. Blue's Clues. Who would have thought that we'd have a different Steve, or he had a different shirt other than the green one, right? And so, yes, our condolences to Sesame Street, but oftentimes, especially as youth, we think that we're gonna live forever, and nothing's gonna happen to us. What's cancer? What's diabetes? Like, I'm just gonna swallow these three slices of pizza and this 2 liter just because that's what I know, right? And so I think that the great part about Sesame Street is that they know how to leave a legacy, right? That's the main thing, is that they know how to leave a legacy. They know what they're leaving a
Hmm.
legacy for, right? I think that that's really important. So the great part is that they're leaving a legacy, and I mean it is sad because I mean imagine what happens. Like, and it's great. Who would have thought that they had an apprentice who is like learning how to be Elmo? Like, imagine that job, right?
I
Like,
know.
hey, you're gonna learn how to be Big Bird for the next 40 years of your life, right? Like, that's pretty.
Right, right.
And
That's the crazy thing about it. Like when I read that, I was like, he has an apprentice. What? Like who would think that? That's the thing. But that's the beauty of these kind of situations. You have to have that because if you're sick or if something happens, the show must go on.
yeah,
So who is going to take your place? Who's going to be able to do the characters as you do, the way that you did them,
yeah.
the way that people remember them?
Yeah, that's the thing too, because like I guess for a child who's watching it, they're not gonna skip a beat. Like, they won't miss a beat. Like, it'll be okay. This is who Big Bird is, or this one. Like, they won't ever skip a beat, right? And so I
Right.
wouldn't, for that, like. You're gonna see them again. They're gonna sound the same. They're gonna look the same. And think about it. Any 2 to 6 year old, they're not gonna remember. We remember because we have VHS, so we can go back. But I think that the great part is that they're learning how to leave a legacy, which is really important. I think that that's the
Right.
great
So
part.
the same principles and the same stories that we knew as when we were younger still get to be still get to live on, still get to be
Yeah,
passed down from generations to
yeah,
generations,
most
which is
definitely.
why I love Sesame Street because no matter what goes on in their real lives, Sesame Street still lives on and still produces what they produce generation after generation.
Yeah,
There's not
absolutely.
one generation out there right now that doesn't know who Sesame Street is. They may not know who Fraggle Rock is, but they know Sesame Street.
Listen, we won't talk about Fraggle Rock. Also, shout out to
Uh,
everybody on Facebook Live who sees me. I'm here on Facebook Live this evening. This is the one and only time you're going to get me on Facebook Live. I'm going to switch over to IG after this, right? So this is the one and only time you get me Facebook Live. Shout out to anybody who has been watching. Just really quickly, shout out to Keisha and John and Stacy and my cousin Kali, and Miss Exotic, who's out there. I see you guys watching. Thank you so much for tuning in. Raymond, Vanessa, thank you all for being here with us this
yeah.
evening. Thank you. We appreciate you. So what's next?
So next we have a dentist who decided it was going to be a good idea to operate on a patient while he was on a hoverboard.
Wait. Hold on, sister. Sister, come again.
Yes. So in 2016, this Alaskan dentist was doing surgery. I believe he was pulling a tooth, and he decided to go ahead and record himself on a hoverboard during his operation. So his name is Seth Lockhart, and he's currently facing about a dozen or so charges when this video was released. Now, his dentistry license was suspended, so he no longer practices. And not only that, but there's been some other things that's been going on. This man has been living. So he's being brought up on charges because he's been billing Medicare for unnecessary charges such as IV instead of using local anesthesia. And then he's undercutting his business partner by billing Medicare separately from his practice, so that money goes directly to him and
Where
it
is he
doesn't come
from?
to the practice.
Where is he from? Where is this happening?
This is in Alaska.
In Alaska, where there's no daylight for until like what? There's no
Yes,
daylight in
so he
Alaska till when?
allegedly involved his alleged involvement in stealing approximately $250,000 from his dental partners and stealing about $1.8 million from Medicaid.
1.8 million from Medicaid. Listen, if I'm stealing from
Yeah.
Medicaid, it's gonna be 5 million or better. Like, I'm not stealing 1.8, and that's gonna be
So he's
like,
facing up to 43 charges. He could face up to 10 years in prison and a fine of $100,000. And also his office manager is being charged because she went along with this.
yeah, of course.
Because you can't do it alone. These
Yes.
dentists don't know how to do nothing. as far as when it comes to paperwork.
Yes.
So she, allegedly agreed and got a cut of the pot.
Yeah, and for all you office managers out there, all of you secretaries, all of you that that you're working, right? You're working 9 to 5. You have a boss, right? You are liable for the what's next. Like if you know what's happening and you don't say anything, they're gonna come and arrest you too. Like just FYI. Also, shout out to Eric who just joined us and who joined us watching. So I just want to say that yeah. So I think it's important that you know what you're doing and you know who is implicating you and what that looks like. So definitely know
Yeah,
who you
and
know.
so the lady who he was actually performing the surgery had something to say about it. She said she forgives him for what he was doing, and that clearly
She
he
wouldn't
needs
be
to
able
make
to
some
forgive
better
him if she
choices.
died though. So
Um,
like she
but
wouldn't be able to forgive him if
you
she died.
basically need to learn from this lesson. It's a hard paying price lesson, but she's like, it's a high price lesson, but you're gonna learn today.
You're gonna learn today. Yep. What's the next one, Ange? What you got up?
So we got Chipotle over here,
Oh
who
yes, tell them.
who go ahead and introduced a nurse line to their employees. So if you call out sick in Chipotle, you have to call the nurse line to for them to decide if you're actually sick or if you're hungover.
Listen, you know what? We have technology at our fingertips. So people, if you're gonna call out, right? And you're telling them that you have like an upper respiratory infection, wink, wink, a fever, wink, wink. If you're telling them that your ankles hurt, wink, wink. Google your symptoms so when you call the nurse line, you're on point, right? And also, like, if you're cool with your primary doctor, like, you get that letter a day or two before. Like, really read, like, if people only read their HR policies and their policies at work, and
Right.
if they only knew that they were in, like, the policies are written in your favor. Like, if you only knew, if you only knew the policy, and there's not much more we can say, but if you only knew that the policies are written in your favor and that the HR initiatives in your jobs, like when people like my boss told me no, I'm like, there's a loophole for the loophole for the loophole. Oh, I don't have any more time. There's a loophole for the loophole for the loophole. Like, you can't tell me I've been here 17 years, 15 years, 11 years, 20 years, and we don't have any time off. No, sis, there's a loophole for the loophole for the loophole, right? And so, like, when you are, working anywhere, especially corporate, any type of entity, read your HR policies because oftentimes we sign up and the only thing that we're concerned about is when that direct deposit is going to hit. Okay, so when do I get
Okay.
paid, right? And then, HR is like, oh, okay, after the first 30 days or first 45 days, you'll get, your payment is going to hit your direct account. So the first thing we do is we come with our ID, we come with our social, we come with all the information. We're like, when are we going to get paid? But we're not reading our
Right.
HR
Where's that
policies.
W-9 form? I'll
Yeah,
sign it.
yeah, I'll sign it. I'll sign the W-9 for it. Yeah, I'll sign all these disclosures, but you're not reading the context. Like, HR is there for you. Do you know the difference between short and long-term disability? The percentage that you're going to get. Long-term disability, you're going to get a smaller percentage, maybe about 66%, versus if you have short-term disability, you make it 100%. Like, really read your policies. So if you're going to go out of work, right, if you're going to take, mental health break, right, which is something that I strongly recommend. If you've been in the field for over 10 years and you have not taken a 3 to 6 month hiatus and you have not taken your quote unquote sabbatical, it is time. It is time. If you've been with the company for over 10 years, trust and believe, if you have not taken 3 to 6 months off consecutively, I am not talking about I'm taking 2 weeks here, I'm taking 2 weeks there, I'm taking 3 weeks there. If you have not, if you've been working in corporate America, if you've been working for any entity for over 10 years, you get to take a 3-month break, you get to take a 6-month break, and you get to figure out what that looks like. Really important that you understand your HR policies. They are there for you. You are protected by the rights of your state. And in addition to that, read, right? Most people are like, who's a lawyer and what does that look like? And lawyers, the only thing that a lawyer does different from you is that they read. And that's the thing. People are not understanding to read, reading for comprehension, right? Reading to understand, but in addition, knowing your rights. I've had multiple jobs and I was working 2 full-time jobs at the same time. Best believe Coach D was reading all of the policies to see how I was able to capitalize and maximize on my time and maximize on what was going to be better for me, right? Really important.
Mm-hmm. I feel you. I commend Chipotle for doing this. They said it's not, to kind of catch people out there. It's to make sure that if you're really sick, you're sick and you're getting paid for that. But it's also for food safety. They want to make sure that you're not sick coming into work coughing and hacking over people's food.
Yeah,
Um,
and I get that. So then you know what? I would rather an employee not come in, whether they were sick or not, whether they were
that,
telling the truth or not, because at the end of the day, it is a public. You're dealing with the public, you're dealing with their health, and you're dealing with food. So you get to manage that. That's what the on-call shift is for. Remember those on-call
mhm.
shifts? I remember those on-calls 4 to 10. You had to call in at 2:30 to make sure whether you had to go in or not. You had them on-call shifts at 1, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. That's what the on-call is for. So the management, meaning like the shifts and the way that they operate, that has nothing to do with whether an employee is sick or not. They got you, so you should be able to call out without feeling guilty, because that's
Yeah,
what
I
happens, right?
remember
We
I had
call
an
out.
agent one year. Came in, he had walked in pneumonia. Came to work. I was
Yeah.
like, "Why are you here?" He's like, "Oh, I didn't want to miss work." I said, "Bro, it's okay. You got pneumonia.
Mhm.
Like, I don't need you to get everybody in this office sick. I don't need you to get me sick. I don't need you to get nobody else sick, especially since y'all share a desk. Like, no, it's
Yeah.
okay. You can go home. It's all right. Don't
Yeah.
worry about your time. We'll deal with that afterwards. I need you to be healthy and safe." He's like, "Oh no, I'm on medication. My doctor said I could." I'm like,
Yeah,
"Oh,
and there was someone here that made a comment that they're in the pharmaceutical industry. I won't name drop. You know who you are, and they don't want you hacking and coughing over medicine. If they want you coming in, they're shady. You know what I mean? And I think that that's true. So any of you guys can comment on Facebook on what we're discussing here. We are here, we are live, and I think that that's also key. Like, who wants, like, you're taking in a leave, but somebody's coughing over it, so you don't want to get sick. You know what I mean? So I think that that's
yeah."
great precautions. I think it's a little too much, right? At the same time, that's not my company. I know what it's like to have my company, and I know what protocols I'm taking. So, makes sense. What's next, Ange?
So next up, the story gets me a little bit upset.
Mhm.
So this 8-year-old girl went to go visit her dad in jail in Virginia, and was subjected to a strip search.
Yeah.
Um, she wasn't with her legal guardian; she was with her dad's girlfriend.
Mhm.
And when they asked the guard, like, "Is this necessary?" and the guard said, "Yeah, if you want to see your dad, it is."
Yeah.
But by law, they're not allowed to strip search a child without a legal guardian there.
Mhm. Where was
So
this? And where was this?
this is the Virginia Department of Corrections in Virginia.
And did they do anything with
Um,
the officer or to the officer?
so the officer is suspended right now, and they are investigating this. It's just really outrageous. The executive director of the Center of Juvenile and Criminal Justice says is generally regarded in the criminal justice field that you do not strip search young children. I mean, they're 8 years old. Like, what are they really carrying? Adults, fine. If that's what you feel, then, that's fine. But a child, it could be considered child abuse.
Yeah.
So the governor suspended the policy, and right now the prison is being really scrutinized and looked at. And there's going to be a lot of explaining that they need to do, and a lot of things are going to come down on them that's just really not favorable.
Yeah. There's nothing funny about touching a child inappropriately. There's nothing funny about subjecting a child to a parent's trauma while they're going through their own trauma. Because the worst thing, I think that, as far as me, right, I'm not going to sit here and I'm not going to say, this is how I feel, this is how you should feel. That's not how it goes. But for me, for somebody who has lost a grandparent, right, and then I lost, which is kind of like my parent, and then has lost a parent, I could only imagine a child at that age they're losing their father to the system, and now there's no one at home to break bread, right? There's no one at home to help her with homework or pick her up or, take her to the father daughter dance, right? So, like, you're already dealing with that trauma with him not physically being there in the flesh. Now you're degraded and you're stripped of your pride literally in front of someone else. I think that a great heavy lawsuit is going to come down. I think that her
Yeah,
family, I'm going to, say the prayers for them, because
absolutely.
they're
There's
that.
definitely a lawsuit. And the other thing is they made the girlfriend sign that she authorized the strip search when she's not the parent or the legal guardian. So they essentially made the girl break the law, and they broke the law. The officer who did it was not authorized to do so. Um, so they're taking this matter very, very seriously. Um, and, that's not something that they're going to be able to just let go and just be like, oh, we're so sorry. Apologies at this point don't mean nothing. The little girl already has a lot of issues already initially. She suffers from, her mother says she suffers from bipolarism. So she already had and depression as well as ADHD. So she already has a lot of trauma in her life. So to add this onto that is just unacceptable.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely unacceptable, absolutely unacceptable. So, like I said, her family is gonna come into a really hefty payday because that's gonna, if that's a federal prison, that's Fed money, and if even if that's a state prison, she will be entitled. She will be entitled to her due. So I just, like I said, I'm pissed for the family. And I'm also sending prayers to them. And we also get to be advocates. Oh, the other thing is, let's read what we sign before we sign it, right? Really important that we
Right.
start to read what we sign and not, feel like, oh, I'm scared to sign this because of this. This is an ultimatum. There are no ultimatums. You have a choice, right? And those of you that know my Momentum family, shout out to those at the holiday party. Even not making a choice is making a choice, right? And
Mhm.
so you get to, not be intimidated by anything or anyone in the United States of America. We have rights, folks.
Exactly.
We have rights.
You have a voice.
Yep.
You have rights. That's what the amendment is for,
Mm.
and we get to really understand what that means, um, and really start to put it in play and put it in practice. We have rights
Absolutely.
here, contrary to what some people may feel.
Yep. What's next, Ange?
So the last piece that I have is upsetting as well. So this man he's like the pimple that does not want to go away.
Mm.
So George Zimmerman is filing a lawsuit against Trayvon Martin's family. I'm sure everyone will remember back in 2012, George Zimmerman murdered Trayvon Martin because he felt he was a criminal. He had his hoodie up and a bag of Skittles in his hand, and he thought it was a gun, and he shot and killed him. Um, so he is now suing the family of Trayvon Martin for $100 million for defamation of character and fake witness of his 2013 testimony. He is saying that the girlfriend who testified that she was on the phone with Trayvon was not actually his girlfriend, and was someone else, based on some records that they claim to have found.
Listen,
So they're going to go ahead and pursue a lawsuit against the family. So
I
the family lawyer this is what he had to say in regards to that. He goes, I have every confidence that this unfounded and reckless lawsuit will be revealed for what it is. Another failed attempt to defend the indefenseless and shameless attempt to profit off the lives and griefs of others. This plaintiff continues to display a callous disregard for everyone but himself, re-victimizing individuals whose lives were shattered by his own misguided actions. He would have us believe that he is an innocent victim of a deep conspiracy, despite the complete lack of any credible evidence to support his outlandish claims. This tale defies all logic, and it's time to close the door on this baseless imagination.
Yeah, I mean, for those of us that are woke, we know what the lawsuit is about. We know where he's coming from. The come from is about money. The come from is about, making this about him. We all saw what happened. We saw what went down. We all have our opinions. I'm not here to fight with anyone. I'm not here to create a ruckus, right? But we all know what this lawsuit is really about, right? The lawsuit is really about seeking revenge, right? Because at the end of the day, you have to think
Mhm.
about it. When you are up for a huge, when you are up for, when you are facing a murder charge, right? When you are facing a murder charge and you are, first of all, in some states they allow you to be in the room, they allow to, watch testimonials. It's like CNN coverage of the Senate, right? You get to watch everything, right? When you are, you know, I really believe in people are innocent before they are proven guilty, right? I believe that, having seen the justice system and the way that it works, especially in certain areas in this country. Some areas are really lenient when it comes to certain laws and very strategic about how it comes to others, right? Because what I'm noticing too is
Mhm.
like, I'm going to be lenient here with this law because we're making money on what we are criminalizing, and then here, since we're not making any money and it's too intricate, we're this is going to be a criminal offense. Make sense? So for me, I know that his come from is he is way too popular to get a regular schmegular job. Like you cannot see him in like a Walmart or an Applebee's or somewhere else because someone's gonna call him out. Not only that, but like the death threats that he has probably received for his life each and every single solitary day because it doesn't change. Your face doesn't change. Like he can, the best bet for people who are set free is to leave the country, but 9 times out of 10 they're not even allowed to do that, right? So it's like honestly,
Right.
you got to think about like um, now that you have been in the spotlight, it's like what type of quality of life do you have now? And so I know where his come from is like, well, since I have no quality of life, let the state or let the family or let this place bear the burden of my pain, right? That's the piece.
Yes. That is the key, and the thing about it is he's ever since then, even before then, he's been troubled with a lot of legal issues, and a lot of things that just don't put him in the best of light. You would think uh, after such a big trial and a big situation that you would just kind of stay low key.
Hmm.
No, he's been out there doing what he does.
Yep.
And I definitely agree with you. I definitely think it's about money at this point.
Yeah, I mean, where
But
you
it's
gonna
just like
apply?
how
Where
let the
you?
family grieve.
Yeah,
Let
but
them
and
let
what?
them be okay.
And where are you
Let
gonna
them figure
apply?
out what life is. Not bring this all up again.
Yeah, and where are you gonna apply? Like, where are you gonna apply that they're gonna run a criminal background check on you, and even if they don't, it's not like they don't know who you are. Like, if you're in a very mom and
Right.
pop warehouse shop, and someone comes and is like, "Oh, my name is George Zimmerman, and I wanna," like, it's at your discretion whether you wanna hire him or not. But then you have to understand, like, if it were me, right, like in the eyes of someone who employs people or someone who's the boss, right, and I have to get you in, do I want all this attention and all this media on my company because I hired someone or I took a chance on someone, right? That's the other piece too. Like not just the quality of life, but you have to think like now people are gonna walk in to find him, to look for him. You don't know what kind of drama that brings. So I can only imagine. So I think yes, it's come from is the fact that there is no quality of life. At the same time, he could probably work from home doing something on Amazon.com and no one ever sees him, right? So that's that
Right.
piece. That's that piece too. You got one more, Ange?
No, that's all I got for today.
All right, Ange. Ange, give it up for Angie with the current events. I see you out here. I see you out here.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Trying to
uh,
keep y'all entertained.
entertain. That's my friend. That's my friend. So now, Jay, can we go on a short break? Yeah, awesome. So we're gonna go on a short break. We're gonna play some really awesome tunes, and when we come back, we're gonna talk about how this is not the most wonderful time of the year, and we're gonna talk about holiday stresses, family, friends, gifts, two-faced people, your auntie talking about you, your cousin with three baby fathers, like people pointed. Like we're gonna get into the nitty-gritty. So we want you guys to stay tuned. I'm gonna move from Facebook Live to IG Live, so definitely catch us there. We'll be back in a few moments on Crown Confidential.
Hey, these hoes don't love you. I got two scenarios. Here's the first one. Let me tell you how the story goes. I moved in with this chick about a year ago. See, everything was smooth. I even told my bro. What my niggas? Something in the air. I'm feeling funny, yo. In the corner of my eye, she smirking at the phone. Starting arguments. I mean, this shit was crazy. We only 3 months in, but a nigga had to go. Now it's mid-February, sleeping in my car. Saw my homie Corey, then I moved in his garage. Built a room, it got too cold, so I called my aunt. Cut some debts and saved some money for a new apartment. All this time she was far from classy. Had a nigga from the Bronx, so I still fucking her baby daddy. But little did she know, on the low, I could tell I was just a pit stop on a cop carousel. I ain't crazy, baby. My daddy told me I should focus on the goals and not these hoes. These hoes don't love you, here's the next scenario. Listen closely, this is how the second story goes. My first love had a party around some years ago. But invited to the next nigga that was in her phone. Driving cash home, coming from the Bronx. I nodded at the wheel, then I crashed my car. The officer threw them cuffs while you locked me up. Suspended license, but don't worry, sir, just come with us. Now these goonies all around me sitting in my cell. I never did no time, okay, I'm scared as hell. They asked me what I'm in here for, they couldn't tell. Shit, I lied about it, thinking to my higher self. I know she love me, gotta be worried about me, yo. Probably getting in her car right now, but little did I know the fire nigga at her party while I'm on my way to jail. I was just a pit stop on a cop carousel, man, that's crazy. My daddy told me I should focus on the goals and not these hoes.
I can't believe some man call it so much time. You really sit down and watch me call it so much time and you can't even answer the phone. You wicked boy.
Yeah. It's a different world. Because the next nigga dubbed your call, so I'm the next hit up. That's when you're wrong, no. I'm not here to play games and get hype when I hit a phone ring. I was only a summer tame, then the fall came, your number changed. No cat and mouse for me, no, you're not the one for me. I moved on when you left, don't call my line with your regrets. Leaving messages all the time, wishing that she was still mine. I'm not checking for you no more. So when you call, all I had is ignore. All day she ring my line, calling, looking for me. She keep calling. All day she ring my line. night you were looking at me, looking back at you. We could turn this to an after party, pull up with your crew. You could tell how I approach you, that I'm really feeling you. Shorty, what you tryna do? Shorty, what you tryna do? We could turn this to an after party, pull up with your crew. Yeah. We got the club going up on any day of the week, that's what's up. And VIP all the time in the cut. Break all the dress code rules when we want. Yeah. Your boyfriend the chump, he should be happy that he ain't get snuffed. His girl was hyped when she saw us pull up. And when we left, she rolled out with us. Yeah. Why not? The after party's the best parties. Lottie Dottie, there's a stripper pole, get naughty. I won't tell nobody, sipping no coke and Bacardi. Dancing the body party is going down. We're about to shut down, shorty, what you tryna do? Because all night you were looking at me, looking back at you. We could turn this to an after party, pull up with your crew. You could tell how I approach you, that I'm really feeling you. Shorty, what you tryna do? Shorty, what you tryna do? We could turn this to an after party, pull up with your crew. Yeah. We about to take it to the after party. Bitches getting butt naked at the after party. Got it shaking at the after party. Like a Jamaican at the after party. Leave your phone in the box though. Can't take it to the after party. Better follow the rules though. You won't make it to the after party. Keep it discreet at the after party. Never know who you gon' meet at the after party. Act a fool at the after party. No baby soup, but it's a pool at the after party. Found a diamond in the rough, baby. And you a jewel at the after party. So I don't see nobody else. It's only me and you at the after party. House to shut down, shorty. What you tryna do? Because all night you were looking at me, looking back at you. We could turn this to an after party, pull up with your crew. You could tell how I approach you, that I'm really feeling you. Shorty, what you tryna do? Shorty, what you tryna do? We could turn this to an after party.
Can I add you on the Snapchat? Can I add you on the Snapchat? I'm just really trying to bag that. Send me a picture, I can snatch that. Can I add you on the Snapchat? Can I add you on the Snapchat? Little streak with a cute face. You just prep every day to show that real cake. Yeah. What's your name and your government? I'm just playing with that ass, girl. I be loving it. Keep the shit 100 when I'm deep. You just shine right, even though it's getting intimate. You just all hot. You just do it for the streets, I do it for the hood. Even though you out the shine, shit is all love. Back to the mission, nice, gotta get it. I'ma work this bad, bitch, till the game finished. Mommy call me daddy, but I'm Uncle Sam. In New York, you ain't heard shit, I been a man. Dressing all green like it's Peter Pan. Is it working? Is you worth it? Your lifestyle, shit is perfect. You about to let a young nigga earn it. This nigga fell in love, so that mean he turned it. Why you fuck niggas acting like it's nothing? Yeah. Can I add you on the Snapchat? Can I add you on the Snapchat? I'm just really trying to bag that. Send me a picture, I can snatch that. Can I add you on the Snapchat? Can I add you on the Snapchat? Little streak with a cute face. You just prep every day to show that real cake. I could tell you wanna fuck right. Had you ever been caught up in the thug life? Mommy turn it up, she popping on the gram. Look at her light turn down, shit she got fans. Man, I wanna beat it, call me Mike Jack. Fat Joe on that ass, make him lean back. Working through the middle like I'm still a little. Have her speaking in tongues like she know the riddles. Call me the boss, call me the king. She call me Poppy when I'm in between. I've been the best, I'm just trying to give you keys. You got a lot, man, I guess you really in the streets. Oh Lord, give me a sign out. I don't gotta front, I don't gotta lie now. Put Send me a picture like a Snapchat. Can I add you on the Snapchat? Can I add you on the Snapchat? Little streak with a cute face. You just prep every day to show that real cake.
Welcome back to Crown Confidential. You have Dalisha here live. For those of you that do not know me, so I have many different hats, right? I have my Dalisha hat, right? That is the more serious hat where I'm more concerned about my social security number, right? I'm concerned about my debts, right? That's the Dalisha hat. You have the Miss D hat, and that is me mentoring, me facilitating, me in these streets, really supporting our youth with, hey, they're beautiful in our initiative. And then we have the D hat, which is the fun hat. D is wild, D is crazy, D is out here. And then we have the Coach D hat. Many people love it, many people hate it. I could care less, right? I get results. We're results driven, right? And so what we really want to discuss today is it's not always the most wonderful time of the year, right? We want to talk to you about holiday stress, right? Because it happens to all of us. All of us have some type of holiday stress, right? And so we felt that it was our responsibility and civic duty to not only support the petty committee, right? But to also support the people out there who feel alone, who feel like they're going to strangle their significant other, who are really on the cusp of filing for divorce, who may throw a child down the steps, who may choke an aunt over a Thanksgiving meal, right? So we want to talk about, like, holiday stresses. So, Ange, like, let's just start with you, right? Let's just have the conversation. Like, talk to me about what for you stresses you out over the holidays.
Oh my goodness, what stresses me? I always seem to never have any money during the holidays. Like Thanksgiving, I have to say this year was the first year in like 10 plus years that I actually got paid like right on Thanksgiving. So I was like, ooh, and it wasn't a check that needed to go to like rent or bills. It was just a check I could use to do whatever. But it's so funny because I didn't find myself going out there to look for. I don't like Black Friday shopping because I think it's just, it's very narcissistic to me. It's very. I used to be in retail, so I used to have to work Black Friday, and I hated it. Hated working Black Friday. Because it's like everyone's grumpy, everyone's nasty, everyone's all about that's mine, that's mine. It's like those penguins in Finding Nemo. Mine, 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 mine. It's ridiculous. It's like, yo, it's just a toy. It's just a toy. It's a toy. It's nothing serious. If you're really going hard body for a toy for your child, I get it. Kids want what they want. But, like, there are bigger things that could be happening in the world, bigger things that you could be teaching your child. Like, I was never, when I was a kid, if my mom couldn't get me what I wanted for Christmas, I wasn't upset because I got plenty of other things that filled me. You know, the joy of knowing that, you know, my mom and my aunt were up at 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock at night wrapping all the presents they got us. Like, that was fun for me. So it was never a big deal if I wanted a Barbie doll and I didn't get that Barbie doll. But I got, you know, clothes, I got money, I got other toys, I got games, I got other things that were able to fill my time that I wasn't expecting.
Yeah. So you ready for story time?
Story time.
Yeah, so story time. So 1 year, I had a wonderful neighbor, and I'm going to name her because she was the most incredible, gentle soul ever. Her name was Carol. She lived to the left of us. She knew how to bake. She was just this wonderful queen that if our family needed something, she was there. I love Carol. And God, may God, you know, give her all the grace and all the glory in this moment because she was wonderful. So when I was about, I would say between 5 and 7, I don't remember the exact age, she over. She gave my sister a gift. My sister hugged her, and Samantha was so excited. She loved the gift. She gave me an umbrella. And I took that umbrella and started smacking it on the floor. I tried to hit her with it and was like, I don't want no umbrella, lady. How you going to give me an umbrella? This is not a toy. And it was a gorgeous red umbrella. It was really cute. It was one of the ones that, you get from Macy's, those really fancy schmancy.
Like the Singing in the Rain umbrella?
Like the Mary Poppins umbrella, sis. Like the one
Ooh,
that,
yes. I always love those.
and I was really ungrateful, and I remember that moment in my life, like even thinking about it, like how ungrateful I was. My parents spoiled us to the nines. Like we had beepers when they first came out. We had stereo systems that had DVD hookup. We had any CD that you can think of. I mean, anything that we wanted, we had jewelry, all that great stuff, right? And so for me, the holidays was more about, especially in the beginning, it was about greed. So I can imagine my mom was anybody, if you remember like KB Toys, right? When KB Toys had a sale, my mom was there at 5 in the morning getting toys and gifts for the whole family. So for us, it was more about giving, and it was also, which is I think part of the reason why I have a hard time receiving now, being older, because I receive so much. It's a very overwhelming feeling, right?
Right.
And so for me, I think that one of the stresses is really giving and receiving, because I'm really big in the art of giving and receiving really great gifts. I love to see someone's expression when they're opening something and it hits them right
Yeah.
away. Yeah.
Me too. Now as I'm older, people always ask me, like, what do you want? I'm like, I don't know. Because I'm the type, if I want it, I'm just going to go get it. I'm not going to wait for somebody to give it to me. I'm just going to go get it myself. But I love picking something for someone that's so unexpected that when they open it, they're completely shocked and overjoyed.
Overjoyed, yep.
Jesse over here, all cheesy.
For me, this year, I've decided, for anybody that knows me and loves me, I've decided that I'm buying myself 25 gifts. I don't care how big or small they are. Some of them are coming from a dollar store. Some of them are like literally a quarter, right? I'm buying 25 gifts of things that I know that I'm going to love to open, right? Because I remember giving and giving and giving and giving in years, and then being open for the receive, right? Like, oh my God, I'm open to the receive. But then there were certain things that I knew that I wanted, and I'm like, why would I deprive myself? If I'm going shopping for a gift for someone else, I can also get it for me. And then the other thing too, it's like I used to love waiting for December 26th in the holiday sales, because I knew that I was going to cake up on whatever. That microwave was going to be $7.99, sis. That spatula was $2.49. That easy bake.
Girl, I could never. My aunt used to do that. She used to, at 5 o'clock in the morning. I remember one time she called me from Walmart. It was like 9 o'clock in the morning, and I happened to be off that day. And she's like, "Can you come get me? I bought 3 TVs and they don't fit." I'm like, "Oh my God, really?"
And I think that that's the whole piece. I think that that's the big stress about the holidays. I think the big stress about the holidays is the fact that we're buying and buying and doing, but we're never being. We're never with our families. We're on our cell phones. And if we're on our cell phones, we're with other people in their other existence, in their other state of mind, right? So I think that, like, one of the biggest holiday stresses is the gift buying, right? Is buying the perfect gift. And being,
for sure.
Yeah. And so me here, right, as Coach T, I'm here to tell you, right, there is, like, no perfect gift. I think the best gift is you showing up as you. There was a meme with Oprah, remember, with the cars and her pointing, and it was like, you're not getting nothing, you're not getting nothing, you're not getting nothing, you're not getting nothing. And I think that, the holidays gets to be a time wherein we celebrate each other versus just celebrating what we're giving each other.
Right. I mean, for me, I love being able to sit around family, crack jokes, have fun, play games, and just really enjoy being with the people that you love and that love you the most. It's not really about the gifts or giving. It's just really enjoying those moments, because they're not available all the time. We all live very busy lives, and the holidays are the times where we are to sit there and enjoy each other's company for that little bit of time and catch up with each other and find out what you're doing and what's new in your life. You know, those are the things that we need to really focus on and focus on enjoying. Not so much about, oh, did I get her the right sweater? Did I get her enough, or did I get him what he was looking for? It's just really about being able to experience the joy of being with family and friends together.
Or is it, right? Because now I want to head into the topic that's going to rub some people the way that's going to rub some people into my Facebook Live family. Thank you for tuning in with us. This is a great conversation for us to have. What about when you don't have family, right? What about those of us that don't have family who, don't necessarily want to go to the in-laws because we don't get along with them, don't necessarily know how to move, and or, you're here in New York, you're single, you're in a place where you don't know, many people, right? So it's really about, like, what do you do when you don't have family? Because many of us, we have family that we don't even want to engage in with, right? That's the other piece, right? So what happens when we don't have family, Ange?
I know. Well, I think it's just a matter of doing things that you enjoy, because a lot of times we go through life and we are so focused on, so goal focused. Like, okay, I got to get up, I got to get to work, got to get to work on time, got to listen to my boss yell at me, got to make sure I do this project right, got to make sure these bills are paid, got to make sure this is done, that's done, this is done. But we never stop and say, you know what, let me take care of me. So if you don't have family around, or if you don't want to be around the family because, they may be toxic or something, spend some time doing things that you want to do. Maybe you want to go see the Christmas tree in your town and all its festivities. Maybe you want to go, walking around or driving around your town and see all the Christmas decorations, and you haven't had an opportunity to do that because you've been so work-focused or life-focused. Take the time to enjoy moments that you like, things that you want to do. Remember that movie with Queen Latifah and LL Cool J?
Yes, I love that movie.
Where she thought she was dying and she only had a couple of hours to live, or a couple of days to live. So she went and did the things that she's been putting off all her life, and doing things that she's never done before. That's what it's about. Like, don't wait to a crazy situation like that. But there's 25. Do the advent calendar. Like, you're doing 25 gifts that you want to get yourself. 25 days for the month. Pick something that you never done, wanted to do, never had an opportunity to do, and do it. Go to a spa or go skiing if that's what you're so inclined to do. Go tubing. Like, go do something that you've never done.
Yep. And so to all our Facebook Live family out here, thank you so much for joining us. Hi, Janet from Florida. We have Ana Luz. Thank you for joining us. John, again, thank you so much for being here. And Keisha, we appreciate you. One of the things that Janet said is friends can be family. Self-love, have to be, self-love, being happy, enjoying yourself, right? But then let's go a little bit deeper, because it's great, right? Now we're with our friends, we're doing what we love. But what happens when we got to deal with toxic family? Like, let's talk about the toxic people in our family that we got to deal with. The people that are popping junk when they're not supposed to pop junk. The people that are supposed to be there to support us. Like, let's talk about that, because I think that one of the things that happens is that we like to fake the funk. We put a mask around our family and we hug them and we kiss them. And really, we're not being true to ourselves and being true to the fact that, like, half the time you don't really want to be there, right? But what we do is we force ourselves, right? We force ourselves to be there in a place where it just doesn't work for us. We're not happy, and we're in a place of we're faking the funk, right? I know for me, I have two sides of my family. One side of my family, I deal with regularly, and one side of the family, I deal with them when we engage, right? Like, if we're having a conversation, great. We're not texting every day. I get it. And so what that's led to me, for me, on a personal level, is that I have much stronger relationships with the people that I absolutely love. Like, I have better relationships with the people that I engage with, because I'm making a choice to share my energy and share my space with those people. So, like, for me, Ange, like, what do we do around, like, those toxic people? Like, you want to, literally, you're saying grace and you want to wring the person's neck who's across from you. And it happens more often than what we know.
It happens. It happens. I think if you have an opportunity to walk away, like, it's okay to not be in those situations. I think a lot of times, for the sake of family, quote unquote. We do things because, you know, our grandma, our mom, or aunt, or auntie, or uncle says, oh, they're family, though, they're family. But no, they weren't family when they were doing what they were doing.
Yeah.
You know, it caused you trauma. So there should be no reason that you should have to be around them for any point in time if you don't feel like it. I think a lot of times where, you know, we do things out of guilt, out of pleasure, to a need to please, you know, the adults, quote unquote, in our lives, the elders in our lives. But it's okay to be like, you know what, I don't want to be around them, so I'm not going to do that. You know, let me know when they leave, or I'll come before they even show, and when they show, I'm out.
Yeah.
You don't have to stay there. You don't have to be around them. You certainly, if you're the host, if you're hosting, they're certainly not welcome in your space, because that's your space, that's your home, that's where your energy lies, that's where you recharge your energy. So there's no one that says that you have to allow that negative energy into your space. Just walk away. And if you're not able to do that, I think the best thing is not engage, not even acknowledge the fact that they're there. Just keep it pushing.
So Angie,
there are plenty of people in the room.
So Angie, what's the tradition that has to stop? What's the, one tradition that got to stop?
I don't know. Our tradition is different for everyone. I think it's the,
what's the one thing? Like,
let's all gather together as one, right? Because in that situation, if you are in a toxic environment, you know, this is something you dread. Start your own. Yeah. Like Thanksgiving, you know, you all may gather at one family member's house for that day, and everyone comes in, and it's 3-4 hours of toxicity that you have to live through. No one says you have to live through that. You can start your own with your family and the people that you want to be around and you want to break bread with. You can start your own Thanksgiving at your home, and then go to the other family if you need to show face for dessert. Say, oh, I'll be there when you guys cut the pies and the cakes or whatever, or I'll come at a later time when things have settled down a bit. Start your own. You don't have to do the traditional. You know, you can start your own and start to form things that you want to do.
Yep. For me, so Angie, you know, one of the things that she said, the tradition that has to stop is piggybacking on others and not creating your own. I think the tradition that has to stop is people pleasing. Like, you know, why do I feel guilty that I have to invite this certain person or this cousin or this uncle or this person to my house because this one said that they're going to feel bad and this one said, but then that person doesn't feel bad when they did what they did. Like, listen, I'm not a perfect cake. I'm not a baked cake. I'm not complete, right? But what I am is I'm a work in progress. And what ends up happening is that we end up people pleasing and bringing these toxins into our life and then turning back around like, why did I waste my energy on this? Why did I waste my time on this? Why did I invest in this? So I think that one of the traditions that has to stop is just people pleasing. Like, you get to have I'll send you a Christmas card, but that doesn't mean that we're best friends, right? And I'll invite you to what's next. I think that a lot of times we often people please, right, just to avoid the guilt of someone else, right? Because it's not about having the conversation where you're confronting someone. It's about their reaction. That's why we're not having the conversations or saying how we feel or doing what we're doing. And I think that one of the biggest traditions that has to stop is people pleasing. So folks, if you're out there people pleasing, I think it's a sin to people please, because we're also inviting people into our lives that really, not that they don't deserve to be there, but they're also like, it's a time waster. It's going to suck your energy dry. It's not going to leave you to a place where you're going to feel free. So why waste your time with people who you're trying to please? Because you're putting on another mask, right? And we talked about the mask that we were wearing last week. And so, Angie.
And what it also does is it tells that person that you're okay with whatever it was that was done.
Yeah. Absolutely.
It tells them that you're okay with it, or not necessarily okay, but that it's not an issue. It's a non-factor. It's fine. It's water under the bridge, when in fact it's not for you. It may not be for you. You may still be going through whatever emotions that you're going through for that situation. So having someone of that caliber in your space is not healthy for you. It brings on anxiety and depression. and it's not a place that you necessarily need to be in, and continuously having that energy around you is not healthy at all for you.
Yeah, and I mean, it's enough that we're wrapping gifts until midnight, and that we're trying to hide them in places. I remember me and my sister when we were younger. Our parents used to hide gifts on top of our dresser. We used to like jump up, pick up the box, shake it. Like I remember that innocence. I remember that time where we get to be innocent, and now it's just so much of people pleasing. Let me get you the best gift that I could possibly get you. Let me get you this electronic, because really it's an electronic. Or let me get you this Xbox or this PlayStation or this, Nintendo to make me feel good about making you feel good.
Mm-hmm.
That's the piece. That's the piece. So Angie, what's the best gift you ever received?
Oh gosh. Best gift I ever received.
The best gift you ever received. Sis.
I would say the most memorable gift I ever received, because I honestly don't remember the best gift that I've ever received. It was my brother at the time got me a gift. Now, he was, pretty young. He was in his, early 20s, and he was working somewhere. And I didn't expect the gift from him. He never really cared to give us gifts. But this year, he got me a gift, and it was the silliest thing. It was an electronic word speller. It was like the oddest thing in the world. Why do I need granted, I'm a horrible,
That's
slight
why I'm
shade
laughing.
there. I'm a horrible speller.
Right.
But the fact, he got me a little word dictionary speller. And I was so excited that he thought of me and that he got this for me. And I remember I'm like, oh, my God, I can't believe you got this for me. This is great. He's like, yeah, I got that for you. And then later on I found out he got a real hefty discount on it.
I see. I see. The best gift that I ever received is real superficial. The best gift was the year that my parents got us beepers. And what my parents did, they put the beepers in the tree, and then they started going off, and my sister and I had to find them. And I was like, oh, we got a beeper. And it was like Smart Beep, and it was $1.99 a month, and we were out here popping in these streets. And it was like one of the best gifts I received, because I really felt like a boss or a kingpin. Mind you, the beeper's not really that expensive.
The beeper, oh my goodness.
I had a beeper, and we used to have codes on it and everything. And so for me, that was one of the best gifts I received, because I really felt like my parents trusted me, even though they shouldn't have. But they trusted me. And, the great part, it was, the trusty corridor was always around, right? Because that's that piece. You always had a corridor or two, and I was able to make our phone calls to my parents. So that was really a lot of fun. And so for the holidays, for us, the holidays may or may not stress you out. It depends on how, you want to rock with them. I think that the next piece in our next segment coming up after this, we're really going to talk to you about 5 ways you can manage these stresses, right? Because I know one thing for me, especially young kids, when they're around adults that they don't like, they even act up. Right? And they're like, well, since you don't like, Aunt Henrietta, I'm going to be a bee to her too. And I'm going to, make sure that she doesn't get the last of the mac and cheese, right? And then it kind of then it trickles into our kids. And I think that, one of the things about the holidays is I feel, honestly, the level of pettiness increases. The pettiness meter
Oh, my
increases.
goodness. Yes, who made the mac and cheese is dry.
You know how they're like, oh, the holiday meter, as we get closer to Christmas, it's going to, the holiday season, everything's going to tingle. It's like, no, B. What tingles is that petty meter and how petty people get to get. How you have siblings and they're fighting over the best gift to get their parents and all that other stuff. So I think that, petty, the level of petty rises. What else you think rises as we get close to the holidays?
What else rises? I think the jokes, but it's the mean girl joke.
Yeah, word, for real. Yeah, definitely.
Oh, that's a nice ugly sweater. What you mean it's not ugly? Oh.
Word.
Oops.
Word. And how about coworkers? coworkers. I like how coworkers, especially those that are like single and lonely and upset with their lives, how like they just like to throw shit. Oh, really? That's where you're going? That's nice. Like, you get that shade. I think the level of shadiness.
Oh yeah,
goes
or
on
like the
people.
potluck. Who made the potato salad?
Yes, yes, absolutely. So yeah, so when we come back, folks, we'll be back in a few minutes. We're gonna leave you with some really dope heat. We're gonna talk about 5 ways you can manage these stresses around your holidays from the coaching perspective, from a sisterhood perspective, because a lot of pettiness, a lot of not. I think the level of petty is more ugly than the sweaters that are in in Target.
Oh
Like
my
so.
God! Wait, before we go on break, have you seen that Santa Claus sweater from Walmart?
Yo,
Walmart
my
doing,
sister showed me.
Walmart is doing the most. You
But
had one job,
no,
Craig.
but
You
see,
had one job,
that's the
and how
thing.
you gonna have Santa Claus throwing a line of
But
coats?
that's not
Not about
Walmart.
let it
That's
snow.
not Walmart. This is
Stop
my
it,
thing.
Five.
There was a supervisor, There was a supervisor that said it was okay to send that out. That's my thing. That there's always a supervisor
Like,
that
where's the
says that's
quality
okay.
control with this company that made this sweater? Where is the quality
I cannot.
control?
And
And why he look like that?
and there are 3 lines there. When I saw that, I said, "Oh geez, oh geez."
Santa look like he been smoking for a minute. Teeth all jacked
I mean,
up.
you have to think about it. He's flying like what, thousands of feet up in the air with reindeer assist. Like he should be high on something because that landing don't always look the same. Like, come on, you got to think about what Santa's job is to deliver all the toys to all the kids
So funny.
from
I
8
was
o'clock
talking.
at
I
night.
I'm not gonna say myself. I was watching Scooby Doo this afternoon, and it was a Christmas Scooby Doo, and the kid asked his brother like. He really broke down like how many kids Santa has to hit and how many homes. He was like, so he has to go faster than the speed of light. How?
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 And then
He's like, he's fire. His brother was like, he's fireproof. Like, that's how. I was like,
mean, think about
only
it.
a kid would understand that logic. His brother was like, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. I'm like, no, it doesn't. It
No.
doesn't make sense.
And then from like 8 o'clock, you got to think about it when dusk happens from like 8 o'clock to 4 in the morning. But then, mind you, okay, think about it. If the premise of Santa, so I will share my views before we go on break. I believe the premise of Santa Claus is real, right? I know that Santa's not real. I get it. I'm clear. But like the premise, like the holidays, the season, being so happy, being so grateful. Like I believe in that. That I believe. The joy, the magic of Christmas. Whatever Macy's sells you, I believe in that. I believe in the magic, right? But like, think about it. If he had to if Santa were real, imagine how he would have to tackle certain homes. Like, you couldn't come to like our home. You couldn't come to the Rodriguez home till like 12, 1 o'clock because we would stay up late to find you. Like, we're nosy Puerto Ricans. We outside. We want to see the reindeer come down. I remember one year my parents were coming from the attic downstairs and we were all in the bathroom. My cousins and I were all in the bathroom and putting on our PJs, and my mom got in front of the door and locked the door, and we hear like the bells, and I'm like, oh shit, it's Santa. And I'm a little bit taller than my mom, a little heavy, so I'm trying to like blow through the door. I want to see him come down. Meanwhile, it's my pops coming down, bringing the presents. I'm like,
Oh
it's
my
Santa,
goodness.
let me
Nah,
out
y'all
the
did the most.
bedroom.
I never really believed in the institution of Santa Claus.
Of course you didn't. Of course
I'm just,
you didn't.
it's the Aquarius in me. I'm like, I don't
Nah.
believe you, Sway. Like, first of all, I ain't got no chimney. So where you coming? Where you coming? I don't got no
We didn't have a
fireplace.
chimney
Where you coming,
either.
bro?
I cannot.
And I don't want this man in my home dropping these gifts. I don't think so.
Nah, I did. I wanted a man in my home dropping me gifts, sis. Like, I'm okay with that. Like, I'm really
I
okay
was
with
like,
a
I'm not
man.
leaving
Any
you cookies
man that
and
wanna
milk.
drop by my
I'm
home
not
and
doing
give
any
me
of
gifts.
that. In
Nah,
my
I'm
house,
taking-
she did
and
not
he
do that
eats
either. Mom was
cookies.
like, what? Santa Claus?
And he
I mean,
eats
she let it
cookies.
ride, but no.
Nah, Santa was the man. Santa still is. Like I said, it's the experience of the holiday. Like, I definitely believe Santa was real. Anybody on our Facebook Live believe Santa was real? Definitely let me know if you believe Santa was real. Janice said that she did. But, yo, for me, Santa was real. And to this day, even with the Thanksgiving Day parade, when Santa comes at the end, I kind of tear up because I'm like, wow, like another year, Santa's coming through. Like, even if I'm not getting an Xbox or a PlayStation, I know that some kid is. And that makes me feel joy. Like, somebody's standing online for you. So I'm excited
Right.
about the holidays. So we're gonna take a quick break, and we are gonna come back with 5 ways you can de-stress during the holidays to support you with your what's next. You are tuned into Crown Confidential live and direct. Super excited to be
Ba,
with
ba,
you.
ba, ba.
We gotta get this together. This is the last week of the bum 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 bum. Like this is it. Like we gotta step up our game. Like there's more money in the budget for real horns. So we'll be back. Crown Confidential. We'll be back live.
Okay, the mix in play. Okay. The mix in play.
We still on?
Yeah, with levels is fine. Hold up, alright, I'm gonna play something and then I'm gonna get back to the other thing.
You need more chips? Then you have to close it out and come back.
Yeah, the other thing wouldn't play the mix.
Wait, where is it? Where's the mix?
It was in the email shit.
Alright,
Oh,
go
there
ahead.
you go. I'm gonna just play the
Yeah, go ahead. No, hit the mix.
It wasn't working.
Yeah, and then you hit download. And then once it, oh fuck.
See?
Oh, you need permission.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, play Durga's music. Just go. Because she gave you permission and you forwarded it, right? Alright. Turn this mic off. Yo, you already know who it is. This is Crown Confidential. WEMS Radio. We doing it. Where's Durga at?
It's Durga.
Durga! Yo, that she sound like she got 8 guns in her back.
Apex. We got some battles that we got to pick and choose. Kinda upset that we can't love and soothe. I'm in love with you, baby. You mean the world to me, but there's only 2 of you and only just 1 to me. I had to battle and I had to pick and choose. Kinda upset that I can't love and soothe. I'm loving you. I'm lusting you. Had to pick and choose. I'm sorry it ain't you. Love at first sight, then maybe a double glance. Caught you staring at me, so I had to take a chance. Had in mind that I had a man at home, so I saved him under Kim when he wanna hit my phone. Hey Kim, something about his lips, red excellence, and I saw the president gold glisten off his wrist. Had a taste for the finer things in life. He's not looking for a girl, he's in search of a wife. Okay, couldn't resist. My head said, listen, this man has a suit on. Your man at home bitchin'. Although you love him, you know he acting funny. Always doing stupid shit. Wanna fix it where he love me. And buying shit, nope, not having it. When's the last time you had a man that didn't call you bitch? And make shit hot, still banging on the block. Fell in love with the shooter, fell in lust with his eye. We got some battles that we got to pick and choose. Kinda upset that we can't love and soothe. I'm in love with you, baby, you mean the world to me, but there's only 2 of you and only just 1 to me. I had to battle and I had to pick and choose. Kinda upset that I can't love and soothe. I'm loving you. I'm lusting you. Had to pick and choose. I'm sorry it ain't you. Guilty conscience cause I fell and slipped on dick. Started off with the tip, but I'm greedy, need all of it. The way he licks his lips, the way he hold my hips. Believing $40 on the dresser for a tip. There you go. He rock my boat, but I'm the captain of the yacht. He the twist to my story, I'm narrating the plot. I'm having flashbacks the way he hold my body. Always make the pussy purr, just like his Maserati. He not the thotty, but he loves to give me sloppy on his grown man shit, so he never played the lobby. He was my hobby, but I started catching feelings when he pulled up in the whip with the stars in the ceiling. Might have a problem, I'm in some shit. I know my daddy told me that temptation is a bitch. We started kissing, hugging, fucking on the couch. Next thing I know, he whipped it out, the shit was in my mouth. We got some battles that we got to pick and choose. Kinda upset that we can't love and soothe. I'm in love with you, baby, you mean the world to me, but there's set that I can't love into. Nope. I'm loving you. I'm lusting you. Had to pick and choose. I'm sorry it ain't you. Sorry.
Why you put it all on me? Why you put it all on me? Know you see me running through the streets. I know you see me running through the streets. Why you put it all on me? Why you put it all on me? I know you see me running through the streets. I know you see me running through these streets.
You need to take accountability. Baby, you just shitted on me. Telling me we meant to be, yet you playing games with me. You causing trouble, baby, thinking I don't have a clue. See them taps on your gram, playing guess who? Overnight in the stoop. On the block, grinding, saw your VS shot crib. Why you fucking lying? I ain't perfect either. I take responsibility, but ain't no way in hell I deserve what you did to me. You said this was forever. You gave me till that date. Said we'll work together. We went our separate ways. Waiting for a call back, kept my shit on roll. Hard living in a place we once called home. They threw rocks at the throne. I address these fucking peasants, and you got the nerve to act like a queen was never present. You a fool, you a jester, applying all this pressure on the first and 15. Late night calls from your fiends. Said you had to bust a lick, knowing I'ma catch if it came home with the sun. And you thinking you the one? You got some issues, baby. I can no longer subscribe. Ain't assuming shit. This is how I feel inside. Always trust your intuition, feel it in your gut. I believe you and your karma, all this bad wasn't luck. You going in circles, wondering why you insane. Just a glimpse of my life. Welcome to my pain.
Why you put it all on me? Why you put it all on me? Know you see me running through the streets. I know you see me running through the streets. Why you put it all on me? Why you put it all on me? I know you see me running through the streets. I know you see me running through these streets. Why you put it all on me? I'm out here trying to take care of my responsibilities, but the truth of the matter is, you're the only one that's worth the shit. And I be grinding all the time, so you know what it is. You always on my mind, and in my mind I'm working overtime, and I ain't even my prime. I know you probably thinking me, I'm chasing these bitches, but I'm out here hustling, trying to make them 7 figures. So we drink it up, then we blow it down. Girl, I love the way that pussy sound. So don't be mad when chillin' by courtside and sippin' on fine wine and cruising in my ride. We gone.
We are live back, Crown Confidential, y'all, on WEMS Radio. Super excited to be here. We have some guests in the building. We got Durga in the building. We got Kim in the building. We got ROB in the building. Everybody's in here doing the damn thing. Just want to thank you guys for being with us. So, want to share with you from a coaching perspective how not to kill your family in 5 steps. No, really, really how to manage the holidays. So one of the first things is number one is not being a people pleaser, right? Standing your ground, knowing what you want. Not being a people pleaser will get you in and out of all the situations, right? When you learn your power and when you learn that pleasing people is not the way to go, you can definitely take your power back and start to do the things that you know that are going to support you. So that's one
Absolutely.
of my first things.
And no is a complete sentence.
Well, that would have been number 2, sis. Go ahead, explain.
So you can tell someone no, and you don't need to explain your reason why. There's no need for an inquisition. The answer is no. It's the noun, it's the verb, it's the adjective, it's the pronoun, it's everything. No, I don't need to tell you anything else. No, I don't want to. You don't have to be the one to cook 4 or 5 dishes. You don't have to be the host. You don't have to do any of that if you don't want to. You could just say no.
I love that. Say it one more time, Ange.
No.
No, I mean the whole thing, sis.
Oh. No, I'm not playing. No is a complete sentence.
It is. No, you could just say no and that's it.
Yep.
Yeah. Number 3 on how not to kill your family over the holidays. Take time off. What happens is that we run from a stressful job to a stressful shopping season to stressful lines, and then we run right into a stressful dinner table. So take some time around the holidays. One of the things I learned in having HTB open for as long as it's been open is that we like to shut down our activities around the 17th of December because nobody else is showing up. Nobody else is doing much, right? My kids are not there. They're not present. They're really waiting for their what's next. Faculty's already checked out because they know that they have, vacations coming up. So really, take the time to take your vacation and draw the line somewhere so that you have a day for yourself. Whether it's a self-care day and a spa day, whatever that looks like, take the time for yourself over the holidays because the holidays are really supposed to be fun. They're really supposed to be fun, and that added anxiety around the dinner table and around friends and family can really cost you when you're not taking care of your home.
Absolutely.
That's all I get is an absolutely.
I agree with you 100%.
Yeah, so really take the time to self-care. The next thing, you don't have to be alone. You're not alone. You don't have to be alone. Being alone is a choice, right? And so one of the things that happens is that we like to self-loathe and not, want to be around and isolate people. Right, Ange?
Yeah, absolutely. You get to, hang out, go meet new people. Especially around these times, when everyone is kind of out and about, they don't want to be alone. They want to be out. They want to be meeting people. They want to be doing things. Go volunteer. Go feed the homeless, go do a coat drive, go support your community. So that way you get to know the people in your community and you can build your own family outside of your immediate family. You can have an external family that you can support and they can support you. Go on a date. Take a date. Go feed the homeless.
Butt touches. Me.
Okay, and you can start by coming to our feed. I'm just saying.
Our feed, yep.
Do things that support you in not being alone, because this is the time when depression might set in, and you might feel as if things that are not in place should be in place. So take that time, go meet new people, and just enjoy yourself.
I love it. And my last one. So, like I said, I am very much devoted to making this holiday season the best and the most spectacular one because I know what other holidays have looked like for me. And so for me, my dedication to myself, I'm going to buy myself 25 things leading up to the holidays. And one of my favorite things that I love is Ferrero Rocher. And they were on sale. Buy one, get one 50% off. Let me tell you, so I stocked up. I just bought 2 because if I bought 4, I would eat them by myself while I'm watching The Little Mermaid, right? So we're not doing that.
No, you got to watch It's a Christmas Story.
Sis, don't even get me started on the Christmas Story. That's another one. But what I will say is for the holidays, one of the things that I've wanted for quite some time is the Apple Watch, right? I'm in this weight loss journey and it's really difficult when you're running around and I'm like, I don't see my steps. I don't see what's happening. Let me just have this, 5th of Jack and let me just wash it down with some vodka and let me wash it down with some more meaningless calories and soda and juice, right? And then the next thing you know, I've already hit my calorie. I don't know if I've been walking. And so one of the things that I wanted to invest in was an Apple Watch for my health. And not only that, because it's going to look cute on my wrist, right? But, and I said to myself, I've been asking for it. I've been like, I want an Apple Watch. I've been, telling the people in my car I want an Apple Watch, and they've been giving me that look like, sis, you can get one on your own. You all right? And so I would say that of the top 5 things, one of them is buy yourself something nice. Buy yourself one thing that's nice. Like, I'm not telling you to splurge. I'm not telling you to be irresponsible. I'm not telling you to be like me and just add it onto the account and figure out how you're going to pay for it later, right? I'm telling you, you get to be responsible and buy yourself one nice thing. It could be a card that you mail to yourself. I used to do that all the time when I was single. So when I came home, I would be surprised, like, oh my God, there's a stamp with something on it. Somebody loves me. Mind you, it's from me to me, by me, for me, right? And so, right? So it can be that. It can definitely be a small gesture. I love chocolates, right? I love chocolate. I'm very particular about them, but the Ferrero Rochers, right? It can also be something that you handcraft for yourself, but buy yourself something and or do something nice for yourself, right? Maybe that's a spa day. Maybe that's a mani-pedi. Maybe that's getting your hair did, right, at the salon. Maybe that's whatever that looks like for you. Really do something nice for yourself, right? Because oftentimes we'll do for others and then we resent the hell out of other people. Oh, yeah, you're going to unwrap that laptop? Do you know what it took me to go get you that laptop? I was up at 5 in the morning. You better thank me this way. Instead of allowing people to receive because you're so pissed that you gave and gave and gave and gave. And then what? You get a you get a really cute set. You get something from no knock on it, but you get something that you're not anticipating because you haven't invested in yourself, right? Because that's what happens. People buy us what they can afford at their price point and what they can do, right? So It's not that we're here to knock on people, but you have to think about it. The things that you want, that you truly want, not everyone knows. You get to invest in yourself. Take that time for you. Like this year is going to look much different around my holidays because I'm focusing the holidays around me. I'm going to be giving. Absolutely giving because I've given all year, but also, one of the things my sister told me this year is I don't know how to receive, right? I don't know how to receive. I don't know. And so this year I get to receive in a way that Prophet's over here dying.
You all right, Prophet? You all right? You over here dying.
He's eating popcorn and he's
hands up. Put your hands up.
Yo, don't lie. Yo, Dollar Tree.
The Dollar Tree popcorn. So we have Dollar Tree.
Oh my
snacks,
goodness,
folks,
the Dollar Tree popcorn.
And he's coughing like he's coughing like something like more popcorn is gonna pop out of him.
Brims on it.
Brims, that's you, brother. So yeah, so
real ghetto shit.
you invested in it.
You got some serious issues. Like you need to see a doctor for that.
Yeah, that's what the cough sounds like, right? That sounds like a cough that needs to be diagnosed. You ever
like an alien about to come out?
Yep, like you need an antibiotic for that cough, right? I have one. Yeah, hands up. Make sure you put your hands up. So yeah, buy yourself something nice. Do something nice for yourself. That's really important. I'm trying to manage his coughing, trying to see where he is. Right?
But I'm gonna take it one step further. I don't think you should just buy yourself something just for Christmas. I am a firm believer of buying myself something at least every few months or every few weeks to make myself happy. Because we do so much and we forget to have grace with ourselves and do things that we want to do. So whatever it is that you want to do, if you want to go to the spa, if you want to just go to the bar and have a few drinks, do so, and don't feel guilty about it. Because I always say to, my friends, if you don't take care of you, who's going to take care of everybody else?
Yeah, word. And Angie is known to take care of herself. She's the one that takes 2-hour showers. It takes her a while. Like if she has to be somewhere at 3, homegirl's getting ready around like 10:30, 11 o'clock because she knows Angie takes extra care of herself. Like me, I hop in the shower, throw my clothes, I leave. No, she's putting lotion on. She's singing Jill Scott songs. She's singing a hymn, right? She's writing poems to people, right? She's just like, like Angie takes forever to get ready. Me, I just jump in the shower, I walk out, I'm like, okay, this is what the world's gonna get. I look like I'm popping.
Nope, I am a firm believer, and this is, my foundation for my company. If you don't care, how you care for your skin is a direct reflection of how you care for yourself. So if you don't take care of your skin, then you're telling me that you don't really care about yourself.
What are you trying to say, sis?
I'm just saying, just take care of your skin. It's just self-love. Like it doesn't take 10 minutes is compared to relative in time. 10 minutes is nothing to show your skin some care and attention. 10 minutes. That means you gave yourself 10 minutes of time and attention.
I got 10 minutes, sis. I'm trying to buy myself something nice and do something nice for myself.
Well, that's it. And that alone is going to de-stress you. Take 10 minutes, or if 10 minutes is too much, take 5 minutes to take care of you. Whatever that looks like to you. It could be playing Mahjong on your cell phone.
I see
but you got 5 minutes of doing something that you want to do.
So, Angel,
the way you do it.
Are we leaving them with anything else for the holidays? Any other tips on how to manage? You know, Christmas is what?
You know, enjoy however it is that you need to enjoy, whether it's time spent by yourself, time spent with family. Keep positive energy around you.
Yep.
You know, engulf yourself in the spirit of Christmas, not in the spirit of shopping, but in the spirit of Christmas.
And the holidays. So it's 16 days to Christmas, and then it's 15 days to Christmas Eve. And Christmas Eve is like the bigger holiday for some people too, right? Yeah,
Right.
for Spanish people, yeah,
Right.
it is. Christmas
So
Eve.
it's
Because
just
we're
the
so
holidays
greedy.
in general, because there are other holidays out there that are not just
Spanish
Christmas.
people are so greedy that we start on Christmas Eve because we're not waiting till 12 o'clock on Christmas Day for roast pork. We are not waiting for rice and beans. We're not waiting for Grandma to figure it out. Like, Grandma figure it out the night before, and then we'll have the new meat, remake new rice in the morning, but at least, like, the meats are done and we could, like, get down. But, yeah, like, Christmas Eve was big for us. Christmas Eve was big for us because we couldn't wait to open up our gifts, right? We would like
Right.
open up one. It would be like the exchange. It'd be like, okay, my mom used to like, Christmas was so big that my mom gave us our own wrapping paper. Like everybody had color coordinated wrapping paper. Everybody had the same amount of gifts. She spent the same amount on you. If she bought, my sister got Jordans, then I got some type of an electronic because I wasn't into sneakers or anything like that. Like she made sure, okay, if you got 15 gifts, you got 15 gifts, and they're of equal or the same value. Like she did not play. If one got PJs, we all got PJs. And so with us, it started like, here, let's open up one gift. And it's like, okay, oh, let's go to the stocking. Okay, we open up. And then it's like, can we open up the rest of them? I mean, it's already 12:23. Like, let's get this show on the road. I remember one year we started and they were like, oh, you're going to cook? And I'm like, yeah, I'm going to cook. I'm going to bring food, blah, blah, blah. Yo, I spent like $75 in a Popeyes drive-thru. It was the best investment ever. This before the chicken sandwiches. I think I got 20 pieces. I went to 7-Eleven and got like all this soda and juice. I went to the liquor store and I'm like, here, I cook. Like, this is my contribution. And that was like one of the most fun Christmases that we had because it wasn't about anything but us. But our gifts were like 112, like maybe about 110. All the gifts were done opening too. Like, that's the other piece.
Yeah.
So
we save we used to do it on Thanksgiving, on Christmas Eve. Now we're too old for that. We just wait till we get up in the morning on Christmas
You're
Day.
so right. You're too old for that. I went to Angie's house one day. It was like 9:11 or like 9:10. And I walked in and it was pitch black. And I'm like, I came here to see you. She said, we're all sleeping. I'm like, it's 9. She was like, nah, the old people are sleeping. Like, trust and believe. And sure enough, I walked through the house. Everybody was knocked out. Mom in her room, dad in her room. Like 9. It was like 9 o'clock, and everybody had their bedtime. I've never seen.
Yep.
That's
Too old for that.
That's mom.
We don't do it like that no more.
Anything else you want to leave anybody with, and you want to leave them with anything
Just,
else?
everyone enjoy your holidays. Be safe. Just really take care of yourself. Take care of yourself. Don't stress. Take it one day at a time. Everything's going to be all right. Just enjoy.
We want to leave you with this, our community dinner again. We want to thank Frida. We'd like to thank Durgavelli and also Phoenix on the big initiative, Purses for... I cannot. No. I had it written down. I'm getting tongue-tied. So purses with purpose. That's what I'm saying, right? We want to thank you for the contribution. We received over 250 bags. So we want to thank you guys for the contribution. So Monday, December 12th, the request is that you show up to the Living Gallery. We are having our annual community dinner for the holidays, and it's going to be held at the Living Gallery, and that's 1094 Broadway, and that's Brooklyn, New York, 11221. We are looking for donations of hot food that is already cooked. We're looking for ham and turkey and all that great stuff that we can contribute. We have plenty of volunteers that day. We're going to have a DJ definitely come down. It is a big community event. We are really hoping for all of your support, and if you're not able to support and be there in the physical, definitely go to our website, www.heytherebeautiful.org, and you can make a monetary donation, and that donation is not only tax deductible, but it's going to go directly towards our community outreach and our community dinner that day. So definitely join us. Also, we're really excited because Angie is going to be in the studio live on December 23rd. Really excited. It's gonna be a movie that day. We are gonna have DJ KK in the building, and we're gonna have a really awesome time on the 23rd. Next week, if you guys are ready for this topic, I recommend you sit in your seats for this one. So our topic next week, and this is a topic that I did not want to talk about because I felt like it was too soon, but I think we got to go there. Next week we're going to be talking about man boys and man girls.
Talk about it.
Man boys, right? Man boys. And we're also going to talk about, women girls. Like there is an equal amount of effery happening on both sides, right? It's not just men and it's not just women. There are women that are, they don't have it together, right? They don't want to get it together, right? But we are definitely talking about man boys. We're going to have a really awesome group and a really awesome panel because we're not here to bash, right? We're here to educate. So super excited. So we will see you next week. Our topic is Man Boys. Definitely connect with us. Again, www.heytherebeautiful.org, HEYTHERE beautiful.org. Hit us up, info at heytherebeautiful.org. Our community drive, again, it's Monday, December 16th at the Living Gallery. Please come down. Our request is that you come down. You support any monetary donation.
Come down. Bring a date.
Bring a date. Even with the $1 donation, we're able to pick up gloves to feed. We're able to get napkins. No amount is too small. No amount is too big. That's what she said. All right, so I want to thank you all for being with us tonight. Shout out to Jay in the back in the building. Thank you, Prophet. Thank you, Rob, for swinging by. Thank you, Durga, for being in the
okay,
car.
Prophet? You all right?
Yeah, I think he's good now. Yeah, he's good. He's breathing.
Okay.
He's breathing. We want to thank you all for being with us tonight. We hope that you're able to get some tips so you don't choke your family out. And in addition, that you have a really awesome, plentiful, abundant holiday season as you shop for yourself and you do things to entertain yourself. So we want to thank you on behalf of Crown Confidential. Angie, always a pleasure. We will see you next week on Crown Confidential.